Hello everybody, this is Sonya. I'm in Australia and I'm trying to get a go to get myself sorted to do my tag for this week for N.S.W.Australia's challenge. Don't have much of an idea of what I'm going to do yet. I know I'm going to have some spots. Look, I want some spots. You've got to have a base colour. Well, she wants us to have a base colour and she wants us to have some crosses, kisses, crosses, you know. So I'm thinking about a bit of writing, but I want to make sure that it's a nice, whatever it says, it's nice. But I want something that looks really good together, and I'd actually do like this one here that I've got, and I love this piece, but I don't think it'll fit in the picture today. And I've got a piece of this here. I think I'm going to use a bit of this. It's like for quilting. It's like for covers mattresses, don't it? Or something, you know. Love this stuff. I do love this stuff. And I've actually started out with a tiny little piece, and over the years built it up till I've got a fair bit. So I'm going to. I don't know why I'm cutting this. I think it'll tear, won't it? Oh yes, so it will. I just want to make sure. I want to pick out a few things so I can work with them. And I was going to do that, and then I thought, well, I better get on with this, you know, because if I start recording it now, I might move a bit faster instead of sitting there. No, I don't want the blue or the green, although I love the green bit. This is the calico. I do love putting the calico on. And I have some rickrack because I wanted to use some of that. And when I say some, I have a bit, so I'm going to pull out. Actually, I think I'll go with the pink one. And the green is like a little bit of a tangled up mess here, but I've got it. We've got some nice pink and a bit of browny colour. Now that's a strange thing for me to say I'm going to use, isn't it? Right, they look good though. That's different. Excuse me. Sorry about this, I'll have to have a mouthful of water. It's really, oh yes, and this. I thought, well, that looks good too, so let's have that as well. Now, if I can put it all together, it'd be really good. Don't know, I might need the calico. I don't know what's the matter with me, although I was cutting out fabric yesterday and it was choking me nearly, you know, because of velvet. And I was coughing and, oh dear, not good at all. But anyway, now I've started to do this again in here. I'm sorry, I don't want to turn this off and start again because I'm really late getting onto this today. I slept really good last night. We won't say like a baby because they don't really do that, do they? Mostly. Oh, that's a bit nice stuff too. I'm surrounded by nice stuff. So let's try and see if we got this. I want to put it so I'm not in my own. I'm going to shadow over it. Oh look, I've been using my iron. Isn't he ducky? Oh, I love him. Yes, been using that. Used it yesterday afternoon. Fairly ironed away. Okay. Now, I don't think I need to iron any of these today because I've got. So here's my tag. There's my background piece, which is a piece of really nice piece of linen fabric. I was very lucky to get that. It had a couple of patches on there where it must have been rubbing on something and it was not very nice, and all I had to do was cut that off and it was fine then, eh? Just cut it off and it was fine. I do love the spots, and I think that goes, oh, of course it goes with that. Come off there. Oh, aren't you brilliant, Sonya? Okay, so I'm thinking about putting this on here. Let's see what we can do. But the background colours we want first, don't we? Should I have the red in it or not? Maybe not. I don't know why I want to put these two, but sometimes you feel like you might want to do that. Well, I'm going to tear it, and if I have to put it down twice, that's okay. That's okay, isn't it? Got no idea what I'm doing. And I say that a bit, but sometimes you don't, when you start out to do a bit of crafting. You don't have to know what you're actually going to come up with, do you? You can have an idea in your head, I suppose. So that can go on there, right? And then I'm going to put this one here. I like the fray bits. Everybody loves the fray bits, and we all do like the fray bits, but you can't see that if I... Hang on a minute. I could put this down the side and then put the fray bit over that bit, like that. And this one go up there somewhere. Yeah, maybe, you think? Where's my bit of lace? And then I've got the lace piece. Just sort of turn this into strip patches, aren't I? Really? Well, it might not need to be on here now. It might not need to be on here, because I might just... Now that was 6 minutes, so I should be ready. I should start this now, shouldn't I? Because, sorry if I'm a bit close to the camera, I've got to reach across there, because I little crosses on it somehow. Okay. I don't need the tag. I'm not going to put that on there yet. Let's see what this is going to look like. Not very creative, I'm afraid. Get that bit down there. Don't know why the stripe. I don't know why. I want the stripe. I know why I want this, because of the colours. I love this piece. It's really nice. I think I've got a bit bigger piece too of this somewhere. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Look at this. I forgot about this piece. Ooh. I'll just cut that off there. Save me dragging it all down here. Look about that. I do love that. Oh, yes. I'm having that. Having that. Okay. Right. Now... should I cut that red thing off? That's a thing, it's a flower. Yes, I do, that red thing's a flower. I love the post thing on there, don't you? I think that looks awesome, the postmark thing on that. I do love that. You've got to put crosses on here somewhere. You've got to put your crosses on, don't forget, Sonya. I know, and spots. I need these sort of colours, I wonder. So most people would put one big kiss on it. I think when I say most people, I've seen a couple of people. I say most. I like that. I really do like this piece. And I think we might work. I think we might go with this. I know that's straight down the middle and everything, but it has to go somewhere, doesn't it? It has to go somewhere, and I can't turn this off and keep going with it because I haven't figured that out still. I was going to have a look the other day because the thing said standby, and I thought, oh, yeah, what's it mean by that? What's this standby business? Hang on a second, now we're going to put this one down here maybe. I'll cut it. Might as well get on with it. Cut that off, and maybe it won't look good if it's too different, will it? That won't work that good. I know what I think about anyway. About making them smaller. Because different pink. Have we got a different pink some? Where's the pink? Where's the bag? Here it is. We've got a different colour pink. Something that's not so dark. Oh, there's a bright one. I think there's a light one there. And a real dark one. Okay. Oh, I like this. Okay, I like that. Oh, yes, that's nice, isn't it? Oh, yes, that'll look pretty. Oh, I might have to throw that over there and think about using this one. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Oh, I like that. I like this better. I can imagine what that's going to look like when it's sewn on there. You know how you do. You can sort of see it when it's sewn down. Okay. Imagination. I don't think I could put this through the middle of them. It would be too bright then. It would be if you were putting it on your crazy patchwork, wouldn't it? That'd look awesome. Because then I'm going to cross stitch over the top of that. I'm going to do some crosses. I hope I'm not wasting this by cutting it in half to see how it looked like. See what it'll look like. Dear, we're thinking. I'm going to cut this. Well, if I'd have got a better pair of scissors, I might have been able to retrieve something a bit more than that. It works now. I want the numbers on here for some reason. I nearly cut them off. And I put them down there. This bit across here. Where'd it go? That's not what I'm after. Yes, this is what I'm after. Yep, that's right, there. Frilly bits, frayy bits, I should say. The fray bits up there. The only thing I can do is just start stitching, isn't it? Eh? Because we could be here all day trying to figure out where to put these, and we'll probably be right when we get going. Now, where did them pair things go? There's one. What to do? Where's the other bit? Where's the other bit? Here it is. Righto. Okie dokie. I'm going to tack around this really fastly, I hope. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to put a bit of glue on this. I'm going to put a bit of glue behind these because it will work. Oh, gotta get the lid off it. Alright, everything's stuck for me today. I'm going to put a little tiny bit of glue stick on it. It will just hold it into place for me while I stitch around it really fast instead of putting pins on there, because then they get caught in my cotton and that bothers me too. You don't want to be bothered, do you, with things? And it does not interfere with your stitching. The glue stick, I've found that it'll dry sort of really hardly there, because I'm not hardly putting anything on there. I'm just making it a little tiny bit I'm just making a little tiny bit gluey, so it'll stick until I come and sew it. Now, if I cut the corners off that, which I'm not going to do because I'll lose all that stuff. If I cut the corners off, I'll lose all the stuff that I want to leave on there. So we won't be cutting the corners off this tag. I don't think it matters if you don't make them all the same all the time. They're the same size. I've got them the same size, so I'm thinking that's a good thing anyway. That's a start. That's a start for me. It's a bit more ooh-hoo on that. Now, I'm not saying that because I don't think N said it. I don't really know, to be honest with you, whether. But I know some people that have done a lot of sewing have used glue stick because it doesn't affect, like it'll be dry in a few seconds, well, minutes maybe, and then I can get on with what I'm doing instead of having to wait. Now I'm going to stitch this down straight away with whatever I want to use, some slow stitching, because that way that's already holding it on for me, isn't it? How about that one there? And then I might go over that with that. Ouch! I stuck the needle in myself. That's nothing different for me. I'm trying to... Yeah, this is nice too. I've collected up a lot of these crochet threads, and to be honest with you, I've got more than I need, and I've used mostly, I use it on stitching anyway, because it's a good thing to use with your stitching. This is a needle, obviously, that's close enough to the size of the cotton so it'll make a hole big enough for it to go through after. You want something reasonably sharp that's going to go through your work too. So if I go around the edge of this in this nice pink, I won't have to take it out, will I? Because it'll can stay there then. And it'll hold it down at the same time and make it decorative, okay? So this is what I'm doing here. Ow! Oh! Oh, goodness me. I mean, poking myself with a needle today, aren't I? Yeah, I went back to sleep. Oh dear. Never mind. It's okay. My body must be needing it. Because see, sometimes I don't sleep at night very good. But last night I did. When I laid on the chair this morning, it's really cool here today. This weather's just it's unbelievable. You know, for summer, as I say, every time I come on here, yep, it's not believable. You just make sure that's all down there. And if you've got it glued, it should stay, you know. It should stay down there. Nip that bit off. Where's my good little black scissors? I had them in there. Yes, right, Sonya. You sure you did? I did have them in there. I'll have to use this, I suppose. Here they are. Right. Ow. Good for fabric, those scissors. No, I can't use them to fussy cut. For the life of me, I can't. That's what they're supposed to be for. I recommend them though for fabric, because I don't know what I do wrong. I'm not good at fussy cutting with a small pair of scissors. I think it's probably because I use the others for so long, I guess. I don't know. Just doing stab stitches around here. Wait a minute, I think I'm going to hook something up here. Look, I have. It's all hooky up. Probably can't see these stitches, aren't you? They're a bit subdued, but that's okay. I mean, I don't mind that. I've got lots of different ideas, you know. You put colours close and they look nice. You can see it on there. I mean, maybe not on the camera so much. Okay. So when I went shopping yesterday, it was very disappointing because, to start with, at any rate, because I couldn't. The shops weren't open. The shops that I wanted to go to, the second-hand ones, weren't open till 10 o'clock. And yesterday was really hot here, which is, yeah. But it wasn't earlier, you know. So I like to get up the street early. Most of the shops open up past 8, 9. You know, the supermarkets and stuff like that. So I just had to fill in a bit of time while I waited to go there. Did I find any bargains? I might cut the top off of this. Make it short. Cut it before I sew it, eh? Where's my stitches? I'll make sure I don't cut them off. I don't want it to be all wonky. Mustn't have stuck that on there straight. Here we go, cut back this way so I see what I'm doing. Yeah, so I just had to wait for them to open. I've got... What did I get? Oh, a light. Bought Jeremy a light. which they sell for about, it's one of them ones on a clamp that sticks to the table, and it's a really beaut thing, the ones with the circle on them, you know, that have got that really, really bright light. It only cost me $5. Vinny just couldn't believe it. But anyway, so he's got that now, and because he bought me one with a magnifying glass in it at Christmas. And I'm going to nick down in here because I want to go to this part. Sneak back behind there without coming all the way through. I'll go across here. And what else did I find in there? Oh, keep jabbing myself. Well, I don't remember now. I know they don't have a lot of stuff, which is very... Oh, no, that was the other one. Which is a very, very disheartening. I don't have yeah, so it wasn't that much for a trip there. Well, I spent $8. I must have bought something else. And then at the other one up the street, they had half price. Everything was half price. They had a big sale on there. And I've got a couple of things. I'm going to send somebody, so I can't show you what I got there. What else did I get? Well, it mustn't have been too exciting because I can't remember no more. Anyway, I'm going to stitch down here then, and then after I finish that I can slow stitch it all. But I have to do crosses as well, so I'll be doing that too. Now, yeah, so I didn't sort of... oh yes, I know, and I've got a great big piece of... I was going to do something, right? I went up the street to buy some boxes because I want to put each project into a box of its own. And when I went to one of the shops, I found this stuff and decided to do something else to start with because I bought something. So I thought, oh, well, I better go and do this first and that'll be good. I can get, you know, it'll be something for me to do. So I will tell you after on the next video what's going on. So, because this is supposed to be to do with this, isn't it? And I'm just drifting off away from the subject. So I'm just picking up stitches and the other day I was looking for this little book in here and I still haven't found it. It's a tiny little book and it's got all these tiny little pictures in it that I got on the internet. And I can't find it. And I thought it was something else that I'd bought. But it wasn't. There's something else arrived today and it is the right size. So I'll have to show you that too in another video. I'll do a haul one or something. Now I want to go up here. So if I do this first, it'll keep all this stuff in place. And as you can see, I'm not having any trouble whatsoever with the glue, except that I am doing a bit of a knotting thing here. Things are knotting up a bit. Very good. I like it. I'm going down the other side now. And the lace is under there, so it should be tacked down with... Oh, this is sort of like a tacking down thing, but it's not going to be taken out. Just thinking about the top bit I have to do yet. I'm just thinking about what I'm going to put over the top of it. So my tags are a little bit bigger than ones that Anne's doing. I think only by ½ an inch or something. But that's it there. And it does come over the side a bit, and I'm not going to worry about that because I don't think that matters as long as I've got, you know, what I'm after here, as long as I get the right thing on this. So I'm going to take this through to the back now and end that off. You just pick up a couple of little threads, don't go right through because otherwise you'll be able to see it. I suppose it doesn't matter, but it just depends what you're doing. That's a good idea to make a couple of little knots at the back. Okay, so now I'm going to put these on I hope I'm in the shot. Okay, now do I use them or do I go all out and use some pink kisses, or these are nice white kisses, but do I use pink up the middle? No. What about if I use, this is not the first colour pink I started with, was it? Was it that one there that I was going to use? It's lighter. Sort of sticks out a bit, doesn't it? I suppose that could be the idea of the thing. Here I go. I'm going to chop a bit of this now again. I've already cut these. Let's use these bits that we've already cut out up. See what happens. I can put that. Where's the other one? Hello. Suppose it could have blew away. There it is. That doesn't look too bad, but I don't think I like it that big, because I think I need to put a couple on here. Maybe that's not what I'm going for. I'm going to get a mouthful of water. I'm down to only 15 minutes, Sonya. I've got to get on with this. Maybe I'm thinking about a piece of ribbon on it. What do you think about that instead? Or the fabric. Making the crosses out of the fabric. And don't worry about these little bits that I've got laying around here, because, and when I want a small piece, like I only want a small piece, I'll still tear a long piece because it's easier to do, you know. It's easy to tear a long piece in most cases. Across there. I did want to use the rec rack, but sometimes, you know, things don't go the way you want them to, do they? Only if I can tear this bit. It's a bit small. I could probably do another one down the bottom. And that's a little bit wide, isn't it? Righto. I think I know what I'm going to do now. I do. Wait a minute, we've got that one and that one. Yes. And this piece and this piece. I'm going to cut these in half. I'm going to put that onto there. It doesn't matter if it's not the full length, but I don't mind that. I don't think. I hope you don't mind me. I've got the fan going up there making a purring noise. Do I need it to be as long as that, or is it not going to look right? Oh, you probably do, now that you've chopped it up. Just use a little bit for a start to see what it looks like. Ah dear, this is not easy. I've made it hard for myself here, haven't I? No, I haven't. I've got this now. I've got it now. If I put that onto there and stitch that onto there, that's what I want. Get that off there and get this piece and stitch this piece onto here. I love this bit of sort of ricky-racky thing, isn't it? Well, that's one. If we have one on, that's a start, isn't it? It's something. Might be way too far to the top. Why don't you just make one? Because that would be a lot easier. I mean, you can't sit here and do this all day. Sonya, you can't sit here and do this all day. I'm just going to put one on the middle. I'm sorry. I just feel like I'm wasting my own time here. Well, I'm running out of time. That looks good. I like that. That looks really nice down there, doesn't it? It all goes really good. There's one bit. Here's another bit. Just to the side, eh? Let's have it just over to the side so it's not, they're not both the same width either, but I don't think I'm going to worry about that. One of them's a lot longer than the other one. Now here I go, still sticking something in the middle of it, till I end up with nothing. No, I'm going to use it. Look at me. I am. There you go, like that. Yes. I like it. I do like it. Come on, come off there. There you go. Look at that. That's going to be what I'm going to do now. So, I'll figure out how I had them down. I had that one. And then did I put this piece underneath it? Or did I put the piece over the top of it? I got that piece there. And stitch that down. I'm going to do that. I might put one pin in. I know I said I didn't want to use a pin, but time's not letting me. And then I want to use this green, because there's a tiny bit of green in that, so I can do that. And then I'll do a cross stitch over it. I'll come up the back. It doesn't matter if you can see it on the back of my tag, because my tag will go in the try not to make these too big, but they have to be big enough, like they've got to hold down the fabric. And I'm just doing just ordinary cross stitch coming up through that part there and going down here. Don't think I can follow the plan along the lace. Maybe I can. We'll see what happens. See where there's a bit of a gully, they're not level, so I can't follow it completely. You would think this wouldn't be hard for me, wouldn't you? Because the amount of stuff that I've done using these sort of things together, and I'm still doing. The crazy patchwork I love. I do love me crazy patchwork. And embroidery, my favourite. Well, I go through stages. I do really like making journals too, but I've always loved doing this. And people say to me, "Oh, do you still do your cross stitch?" I'm actually doing cross stitch today, but people don't understand the difference, do they, between embroidery and cross stitch? But cross stitch is a part of embroidery. It is one of the techniques you use to use your thing, but it's not the only thing. And I've never really been a big fan of it. I tried to do something once and I just couldn't do it. I just did a bit little tiny. I've done one tiny weeny little house picture once. It was only, oh well, that's not true. I used to do petty point as well, but they're only small little pieces of jewellery that I did. I did rings and brooches with the petty point, but I'm not a not a fan of doing the things. I don't know why. I like them. I like them. I love to look at them done, and people are very talented to do them. And some people probably find it hard to do. And you'd go to the show and you'd see them sitting there, and you'd think, "Oh dear, how come that didn't win?" But maybe the judge seen that one of them stitches was going the wrong way, and if that happened, well, you know, because all your stitches have got to be right. They've got to be all the right direction. It's really a little bit difficult to tell at first, but once you get used to looking at that sort of thing, you can see, you know, you can see where you've made your mistakes. So look at this here. Does this really look all right? As it crosses on that. Look at it. Oh, I think it's gorgeous. I love that. I've got to put the piece over the top of it now. Wait a minute. I've got to thread this up and finish this yet. Down in there. Come on. And one more. I just need it to last one more stitch. One more stitch, Sonya, that's all I need. There we go. I like that. Now I'm going to have to cover some of it up, but only the junction where the two of them meet, that's all. That's the only bit I'll have to cover up. Oh, give me a crochet hook. It's down there and all that. And that box with... Goodness only knows what's in the box. Oh, well, you know, there's pieces of paper and sticky and nothing that wouldn't be seen in the craft room as a rule anyway. So I'm just going to put that through there like that because I haven't got enough thread to end it off and get this off here and go through and catch that back through here like so. Sometime soon, I hope. And that's like that. Just tug it on a bit, don't pull it too hard because it'll all go wrong for you. Now, all I've got to do is discover what I did with the other piece that went across the other way. Here we are. That bit there. And then that bit there. Now we'll quickly do that piece. And then I might have time to sew it to my tag, I don't know yet, but if I don't, well, I'll show it to you the next time I come on because I don't want to make 2 videos of it. I will learn to do editing sometime one day. I think I might still have a little bit more time, about, I don't know, about 8 minutes or something. I just don't want it to cut out. Now I've got to put this so it's in a nice place, in the right place, and it isn't really, they're not really the same length, but you know what, I don't care about that. I do not care whether they're the same length or not, because I think it's just love it how it is. Where's my pin now? I'll put a little pin in there so it'll stay somewhat in the right place. Where did that go? It's incredible, isn't it? Ah dear, here we go. Yeah, so I do intend to put each project into a box because I can't find all the bits, and if I have a pin cushion in it, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do anyway. I'll be with you one day while we set it up, I hope. I'll set up what I want to do. If I do that many different things, and then I've got to make sure I can find it all. And have I have to have different needles in different boxes, so I've got my needles covered and I've got my pins. You know, the pins there ready to use, and if I need a pair of scissors in there, I'll put scissors in. I will be doing that sort of thing because I have in the past done it, you know, and it's been okay. It works. But I'm working on a few projects at the moment, and I've got to keep on pushing them all to one side, and they're all piled up in different directions around me here, flat out. Now I'm doing more cross stitches down here. I'm going to do this one this way first. And then I think I'm going to try and make some little cross stitches around bits. I don't know whether I'll do that or do some slow stitch the rest of it down. I don't know yet. I'll have to see what I decide. Slow stitch, I meant straight stitch. I mean, this is slow stitch, what we're doing now. Okay. And it is very therapeutic. And you know what I find too? So is beading. Like putting beads onto fabric. I don't mean doing. Well, yes, it just depends what you're up to doing. You know, some sort of beading could be a little bit tricky, a little bit harder to grasp, and you've got to take a lot of care and that, you know. But when I do, that was a bit skewy. When I do a bit of beading on my crazy patchwork, I just absolutely love that. I do. You sit there and sort the beads out and do that. It's really good. Put the beads on, sequences, looks really nice. Oh, I should put some on here, shouldn't I? I don't know, maybe it'll give it a bit of a lift. It might need a bit of bling. Now, I'm not exactly doing these all nice and careful, but it's okay, because it's sort of wrinkly, this stuff, and it's looking all right, isn't it? It's not looking nasty or anything. And I love the fray bit. I love the fraying pieces. Once, never. I would never have left anything fraying or stuck any glue near me fabric. When you look at things that people in fashions, even the fashions that they make now, they've got lots of different things that they have, don't they? And they put glue on. They put glue on too. Things that are made in shops. A lot of them might start out with a bit of glue. Well, the clothes are made out of plastic, for goodness sake. You know. Plastic. So, they put everything into clothes nowadays. It really scares me. It really does. From the oil off the top of the water in some of the fabrics, they somehow make I watched a video once on it, and I was just absolutely devastated to think that that's how they got the clothing, because they're all synthetic things, you know. I went and bought a pair of jeans once, well, not that long ago, because, well, probably, you know, it could be 10 odd years more. And the smell of them, even when I washed them, they smelt like old oil. So I went and I checked into this, and they are made using somehow all the oil and crap that's coming off the wherever. They use this man-made stuff, and there was no way you could get it smell. I was just devastated. I took them back. I thought, they can keep these, you can have those, they stink. And I told the lady that too, and she thought there was something wrong with me, but they smelt dreadful. And I don't know, maybe that was just a time when they made them bad, but they still do it. Anyway, so that's really cool, isn't it? And that thing went off, so I've probably just got a couple of minutes here to see what else I can do with it. I don't think I might put some beads on there, but this is my tag, and if you see it you'll see it finished. You don't have to worry about that. And I've got enough of these pieces here to make the bit for the top, haven't I? Because I've kept enough of those. I'll stick that on the thing to hook him up with. But I'll just sew that on there and put I might do some more stitching along there, and I can show you next time I come on here to do my next video on the tag, okay? If that's all right with everybody. I hope that's all right with Anna, if she don't mind. But this is what I've got. You know what, I'm thinking I'd like some little baby ones. I haven't got... no. It mightn't look too bad. If you found something, put some baby crosses on there, give it a bit of a lift. Anyway, so that's my tag for the thing. I hope you like that. You don't see that properly. Thank you everybody for watching, and thank you Anne for doing this challenge. It gives you something to get yourself up and get going for it, you know. I mean, I usually do, but it gets you got to think, don't you? You got to get your juices flowing and get a bit of thinking about what to do next. And I hope that this is within the criteria. You had to have a background and crosses on it, kisses. That's a big kiss, okay? Thank you everybody for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.